Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we're gonna be taking a look at Garuda. She's really freaking badass. DE made an awesome character right here. Finally, a nice DPS class that is not Banshee and is not Nyx. I mean, well, Nyx doesn't really do damage. Never mind. Garuda is not focused on crowd control at all. It's all about DPS and is all about like self-healing. She got the Vault Shield. She got a lot of versatility here. She's mainly a solo frame, so that's the main thing you're gonna be getting out of her. The cool thing about her is that she comes with weapons. So if you don't equip weapons, you got these talons. So you can also use that too. It's kind of like claw weapons. So pretty much that's the setup that you're gonna be getting out of it. But we're not gonna be focusing on the melee weapons really. We're gonna be just looking at the character itself. So let me show you the build here. So starting off with a growing power. I put that because that's what the polarity starts with, and I felt like it was actually pretty beneficial anyway, because when you use your weapon, you're just going to be getting that extra ability strength right there. So that's pretty nice to do that. I'm using a power drift on the Exilus slot right here. That way I can get the 15% more strength. That boosts me to 200% because I'm using Transcendent Fortitude, or Transient Fortitude, let me say it right, and then Intensified. So after using these two, you get to 200% on that strength, as you can see right there. We're using a quick thinking because this is extremely important on Garuda, because you're gonna be low on health all the time, and the whole premise behind her character is the lower you are in health, the more damage you're doing overall through your weapons, through your powers, everything. So quick thinking is a must on her. I'm using augured reach for range. I'm using stretch also for range. So these are getting the range up to 175%. Streamline, I have this because it's pretty important. You start running out of energy really quick, and since the 3 gives you more energy back, the more efficiency you have on your character itself gives you more energy. So basically, like, the base is like 25%, but if you're using this, you get about 35. So that's pretty nice. I'm using Prime Continuity for the duration, and then we got Prime Flow. Prime Flow is really nice. I mean, it's not a must. You don't need it, but I like it because when you're using the 3 to give yourself energy back, it actually gives you a lot more than it would normally with your just normal energy pool. So that's why I use Prime Flow, because it gives a lot more back. But yeah, that's pretty much the build. You want to take a look at the stats over here on the side. Duration 128%, efficiency at 130. Range is at 175, which I feel like is good enough, and then strength at 200%. As far as like the stats, because the thing is that 200%, I thought it would get the bleeding chance to 100, but it doesn't. It gets it to 99%, which doesn't matter. I mean, that's a guaranteed chance. That the chance of that 1% happening where you don't get the bleed is so minor, and then you can spam the hell out of the Seek and Talons anyway, so it's all good. It doesn't really matter. But it's really awesome that it get that high. That way, when you see the little icon above their head, it basically gives it that bleeding chance, so that when you go ahead and you start using weapons or whatever, they end up getting that bleed. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty much all the time. So that's pretty much the premise behind it. But yeah, let's get into a mission so I can explain a little bit more how the character works, and let's just take a look at how the build works too.
There's a time-limited mission.
Okay, so I just made it into a mission. This is a defense mission. I think I'm on Jupiter. I think. Yeah, I think so. Well, I'm fighting against Infested. I tried to do something different for today. But I just wanted to explain a little bit about how the powers work. The first ability is basically like, it's Ash's teleport. Also, it's a Vault Shield. And it also grants you a damage buff that's basically like kind of like a Nova, where it would like rack up the damage over time, and then you can blow it up into like a Kamehameha type of thing. I'm going to explain a little bit more on how that works, because there's 2 ways of building up the damage on that. And one is actually using the shield to absorb damage from incoming enemies like shooting at you. And then there's also you can Kamehameha it to give yourself like more damage to shoot it out. So on top of the shield, you can basically use your 2 to synergize the damage on it, and you'll just buff up the damage crazy, and then you can just throw it out all at once. The 2 is basically to actually like life siphon a target, and basically all they do is just when you're standing inside the circle, and that's what your teammates too, they all heal from it. So let's just get started on it so I can kind of show you what it's like. The 3 is to give yourself energy, so you lose 50% of your health and you'll gain about 35% of energy back. So I'm gonna press it right now. You see, look at all the energy it gave me. Pretty much like half a bar right there. That's pretty nice. Of course you lose health, so you'll see on the top right it says 38% on that damage meter. You can get that up to 100%. So right now I'm gonna use the 2 to kind of just give myself blood. The way it works, like basically I press the 1 like this, and if I were to Kamehameha, you see the thing on top, you see the heart, everything that's shooting the shield will buff up that damage. If I Kamehameha right now, which is hold down the 1, you see it with the life siphon targets actually buff it on top of the shield actually buffing it too. So you see how the damage is going up now. Now watch, I'm gonna throw this all out. Boom, 10,000 damage right there. But you can actually stack up the damage crazy on this thing. So basically I can go like this, use the 1. I'm out of energy. Let me press 3. Press the 1. Kamehameha. You see how it's building up the damage from the life siphon right here? So basically that's how it works. So the more targets you have life siphoning, the better. That way you can go ahead and like throw it all out, basically. And you can also disable the healing target from your 2 by just pressing the 2 when you're looking at it. You know, so that's something you got to keep in mind, because sometimes I'll go spam crazy and I'm like, why the hell can't I get the healing to go off? And it's because, you know, I'm actually killing off the siphoning target that I just made. So that's something to keep in mind. See, like right now I'm basically healing up and stuff from it. So I can use the 1 to kind of give myself a shield, and I can use that to, you know, do this, or I can even go melee. She's really nice with melee, especially her talons are pretty nice. It's mainly just a claw weapon. There's nothing really spectacular about her weapon. It's pretty basic for the most part. Like if you have a claw weapon, it's gonna be the same. It's whatever. That's why I don't really care about talking about the claw weapons. It just look cool. That's it. But as far as like the actual abilities though, like her abilities just synergize so well together. That's why I really like her. Now the 4, that's something we gotta talk about. So basically the 4, the way it works is you hold it down to make it extend the range on which you can see. So it's kind of like Mesa in a way. So it's gonna shoot everything that's in your line of sight. So basically, like I can do it real quick like that. You see, it's only gonna do that little tiny circle. But if I hold it down, it's gonna do the entire screen, and then I can shoot everything throughout my entire screen that's in front of me. So it shoots through walls and everything. So you don't have to like try to like aim at anything specifically. Like they don't have to be line of sight. So that's really nice. So this makes it like almost like a Banshee in a way. You know, like she's definitely got some good ass DPS, especially since the 4 can hit through walls. That's a major deal. You know, and that's something that I wish that Ash would get back, because Ash had an awesome 4. And his Ash, like his weapon is ass now. You know, Ash's ass. Like the 4 is ass. Like I can't even specify that anymore. Like it's literally like it used to be awesome, and then they nerfed it to the ground, so now it's all line of sight. Like I wish they would revert it back to where it was, where you basically press the 4 and it hits everything all around. Like the range, whatever the range you have set, that's it. It just does it. So that's why I'm glad that they actually made a nice character with this. I really hope that they don't change this or nerf it or do whatever, because I feel like this is perfect. Like this just feels really good. And she just feels nice. She feels nice to play. Like she's definitely a lot of fun. You know, especially since she got energy that she can kind of constantly give back. You know, you can constantly heal yourself like this, and you can heal your teammates. So you can spam multiple versions of this 2 all over the place. You see how there's multiples? So basically I can sit here just spamming 3, you see? And look at my health going up and down. Look. You see that? I can do this all day long. So basically if somebody's taking a lot of damage, you can be able to like heal them up and stuff. So it's nice. But this 4 is pretty amazing. I really like the 4 a lot on Garuda. She's really awesome with that. And also, you know, learning how to like basically combo the 1, like to actually build up the damage, because that heart is not going to go away until you throw it out. So basically like it will just stay stacking forever until you just want to throw it. So you'll just hold the 1 and then poof, there you go, knocked it out. You know, so yeah, she's pretty awesome. I really like her a lot. Something that's really cool to do is I would just like stay on like a back corner like this, and I would just like hit the 4 like this to just clear the room. Because basically when they all have the thing on their head, these mobs are too low level, so they're gonna end up just getting one-shotted. But usually when they're high level, like if they're like level 130 or whatever, they'll have like the icon of basically what you see on the screen, which is like that little M. You'll see it on top of their head. That means that they have the status chance of basically getting slash damage. So when they have the slash damage proc on them, you can go ahead and hit them with your weapon, whatever you want, and it will actually do slash damage. So it will scale up a bunch of slash damage. So it's really awesome because it actually seems like this character will be nice in endgame. Like anything that has to do with just like, you know, doing a lot of waves, like fighting level 200s and stuff. Like I feel like she would scale really well just because of that part alone. Another thing is also the stacking of the damage, which basically you can see on the top right, it says like the M on the side. So basically what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get myself, see 100% damage. I'm at 2 HP right now, so I can get one-shotted. But that's why you use quick thinking. I'm going to hit him with the 4, and it's going to do way more damage. You see, look, 739 ticks. Like, per second, it was doing the 790 damage. That thing is awesome. And especially when you're fighting Grenier, of course, it's going to do lower damage. But since it's all slash, you're going to be bleeding the hell out of them. And then they're just going to just instantly die. Like, it's just so awesome. So the main thing you want to do is like keep your health low. So my objective is usually not to use the 2 too much, because you don't want to use the 2 to heal yourself, because the more health you have, the less damage you're doing. And this also means that your weapons scale with this too. So 100% damage right now. Let me hit something with a weapon. See, look at that. They just get ripped apart. And it's because like when you have 100% damage on that death gate, it's gonna scale with everything you do. So it doesn't matter if it's your weapon, if it's melee, if it's your actual ability, they all scale it. So really, really awesome. But yeah, she's a badass. She's definitely worth it. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and I will see you on the next one. Later, guys.